Hey everyone, welcome back. We're back with the MR6. Down here, I have a whole bunch of suspension parts that are currently in primer and they are drying. So that's why we don't have them out yet. Um, or, sorry, hmm, another stitch. Awesome. We don't have them up on display. Earlier today, we got the front coils in the car, and it's a little tough to see. I can't really move the camera around, um, but we're very, very happy with the front coils. So as the primer is drying, it only takes about half an hour to dry. Then they'll get TBL, truck bed liner, put on them, and when the TBL goes on, it takes about 10 minutes per coat, and they'll get 2 coats of that on each side, and then I can start putting bushings in. We have brand new bushings from Prothane. They are really, really nice urethane bushings. They're way better than the rubber crap that was in there before that was 35 years old. The first thing I'm going to do tonight, since I have access to everything, is the steering uh, box. It's not really a steering box. It's a steering assembly. The steering assembly bushings, I'm going to replace those for you first because I have access to everything and they're not getting paint. They're already covered in OEM stuff and they're very protected up there, so I don't have to paint anything. So I'm going to get those replaced first as all this stuff is drying. It's really cold and I have to dry it in the shop, and it's supposed to snow tonight. And so this is where we're at. Um, so thank you all for hanging out. Also, when I do the steering bushings, I can put that cross member and the sway bar back in place, which will help support the suspension further. Because right now, the suspension is basically just hanging on. So we have the 4 bolts up top, and the suspension is kind of hanging, and the steering is keeping it from falling, going to the outside or anything. So hopefully you guys will hang out with me. Had Brian in the shop earlier, and he's the one who got all the bushings out, which is really cool. Definitely helped out. And John was here earlier. Hopefully, you guys watched the YouTube live where we got the coils in. So I'm going to, I guess, these guys can just kind of stay put. We'll do a nut and bolt check when we're doing. The other thing I want to do tonight is get those brakes, the brake lines mounted in place. Again, we're going to have the same problem in the front that we had in the rear. The powder coating is really thick, and it's hard to get that mount back in there and then get that clip in. So it's not really a brake line mount, it's a brake line guide. And there's a guide notch on the shock, and you have to slide it up there, and then you have to slide this safety pin through. And it's very tight. They did a really good job powder coating. The problem is they did a really good job powder coating. So that's where we're at. And I started flattening these guys. We had a couple of dented ones. So making sure those are happy again. There was obviously previously an impact in the corner up in the front. It looks like they hit a curb or something, and they bent the bushing, and the mount for that bushing is bent kind of backwards and down, towards the back and down. So that needs to go up and forward slightly. That one we can figure out later. We're not too worried about that. Mostly is getting the suspension together so that the car can roll. That's the big thing. Oh, and of course, thank you to Rockstar. It kept me going pretty much the entire day. This is the good stuff. And my phone keeps dinging. Oh, it's Brian. Um, he's wondering what primer is drying. I'm going to send him a picture really quick. And if you want, I'll show you guys a picture so you can see. Yeah, why would it stay straight? Hang on. Stop helping. Oh, God. Stop helping me, iPhone. Okay. So here we have the picture. Rotate it. So those are our control arms that are on the ground, and they're finishing primer right now. So they need about another half hour to dry. And so take this picture and send it to Brian Hammond. Once the control arms are dry, then we can TBL them. So let's get our steering bushings. These are what the bushings look like. And sorry about my long nails. Now the bushings are split so that you can get them in. They go in and then they get clamped down. So they basically become a single piece when they're clamped down. But we have to get the, you have to do one at a time. Yeah, I think you have to do one at a time. So I'm going to make some noise with the lift. Apologize for that. The whole reason I got this was so I wouldn't have to roll around on the ground anymore. I'm glad I got it. All right, that should be good. Let me grab a light so I can see what I'm doing here. I might grab I'm going to do the headlamp too. Just the headlamp's really helpful. This one is old, so he gets that charger. There we go. And for some reason, I think they're 12s on the steering rack. Nope, they're 14s. So we have our new truck bed liner up here. The whole underside, hopefully you guys can see this. Whole underside of the car has been TBL'd again. We did about 2 cans worth, which is very nice. Looks great. I'm very pleased with it. So we're going to grab a 14, and all these guys are going to be accessible with that 14. I'm going to do, this one looks rather new. I don't know. I just got the full kit from Prothane. That one looks also, that one's rubber though. So these aren't urethane that are in here. This one might be. I'll have to take a look at it when I get it out. It's not from Prothane, but I'm going to grab, you guys remind me to TBL this little patch right here. Little spot that needs a touch up. It's okay, but definitely needs a touch up right here. Okay. So 14 and the zoomer with an extension. This guy should get him off. Huh, that sounds bad. Got those two guys. I keep stepping on these little rocks. I keep finding all this gravel from Road Atlanta. Okay. So that bracket comes right off. And this bushing should come right off. This is not a prothane bushing. It's definitely rubber, but it's in very, very good shape. So this might have been replaced, or when we replaced the steering rack, this might have been the original one that was on there. So let's get this guy in place. A little help here. Flex him, and I'm going to put the notch at the bottom side. So, well, where do I want to put the notch? Yeah, I guess I'm going to try and keep them all together so we don't get dirt and stuff in there. This guy is ambidextrous. Oh, yeah, okay. He is slightly oversized, so he is going to grip really well. When I mush down on that, it's going to mush. So I put the split at the center of this bracket. And the theory behind that is that bracket's already grabbing pretty well. I don't know what we got going on here. Go. Oh yeah, it tastes good. All right, one new polyurethane bracket in. Let's get this one out. Now, if I did all four of these, that whole thing would fall around my face. Well, it'd fall on the coolant lines. This guy's the same. This guy is not ambidextrous. He is obviously in interesting shape, but he is covered nonetheless. And for this one, brake lines and stuff in the way. Let's take a look here. I can flex them a little. There we go. Damn. All right. So I'm going to loosen this side a little bit in order to get the steering rack to move a little. There we go. Okay. And here's our other one. And this is definitely factory rubber. That's OEM all the way. I don't see any markings that say Toyota or anything. Oh, there's markings in here, but they're long gone. They've been rubbed off. So these are good to keep just in case you break one or wear one out or whatever. So we'll put those in the Toyota bin. All the other bushings were rubber and they're all destroyed, so we don't have any use for them. And this guy is ambidextrous, but he's cut in a specific way. So we are going to do him that way. And in theory, you should pop right in there. There he goes. Wow. Wow, that's nice. And that looks good too. Prothane makes really good stuff. I have Prothane bushings on the SRT4 race car, and I have them on the Miata. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I like Prothane stuff. And just so you guys know, Prothane and energy suspension are the same company. The difference is color. Prothane is black, energy suspension is red. Don't believe me? Look at the shipping addresses for both companies. So that guy is in and can get zoomed up. Nice and easy. A little bit on each side. Make sure he squeezes tight. Last thing you want is play in your steering. So, steering bushings replaced. That's a good sign. Wow. These things are tight. These ones don't have quite the flange that the rubber ones had. You don't really need it, but you definitely don't flange out. This one does, but the D-shaped one does not. Does not. So now we can bring it down and we'll work on those brake lines. So waiting for that primer to dry. So I'm going to leave this guy up here. Right here. Put this away for now. Put tools away. You always know where they are. All right. Who is messaging me? Oof. I should let some air in here. It's a little why did these get pulled out? Brian pulled those out for a reason. Can't remember why. All right. So our brake thing is right here. And we once again are way too tight with trying to get the brakes in. The brake line guide is the best way to describe it. So, is that steel? Find some steel here. It's so funny. There we go. Sport suspension isn't even going to be close. Yeah, so work on the brake line guides. I'll see who messaged me. Okay. Where's our file? I'm going to do a knife and a file like I did yesterday. There's my nice file. And definitely have to trim my nails. With the surgery and everything, I kind of let my nails go. So right now I'm cutting away the extra thick powder coating that they put on these tabs to help that piece fit in there. Is there actually a bug in here? I thought all you guys died or hibernated. So I carve out the big stuff and use a file for the smaller stuff. Make sure I get a reasonably clean surface. I hate unprotected metal, especially in Ohio, but this is what we have to do for this. And I think I can get them in there. So where's my clip? Can I bring it back up here? No. Where'd my brake clip go? Just had him. He was right here. Oops. There he is. Okay. These guys are kind of small and they're camouflaged really well on the ground. Let's see if we can at least get this. Oh, yeah. Look at that. I can almost put him in by hand. Shit, I can put him in by hand. Look at that. That was so much easier than last night, wasn't it? Wow. All right. That one works good. All right. I'm going to come over here and I have a lot of steel to work with regarding light. Oh, this guy, what the hell? I don't know. This guy got bent up. I don't know how he got bent up like that. We're gonna bend him back. See if I can bend him back. Well, I'll take both just in case. See if I can bend him back with the rubber. Oh yeah. Okay. There we go. It definitely doesn't sound as fierce, right? So, and make sure we're going the right direction. This guy, I think, is really close too. Oh, where's my clip? Right here. Okay. I think we might have worked on this one earlier. Can he go in? Holy crap. Look at that. Just a little tappy tap. And our brake line guide is in. So the other thing I'm going to do with these is I'm going to throw some lube on them so that those brake lines, they slide a little bit better through there. I don't want them catching at a really bad time. That's the only time they will catch, is at a very bad time. So let me grab some, what do we got? I need some good lube here. White lith, PV graphite, starting fluid, freeze your nuts off, which is an actual product. Oh, Now let's try the gel lube. See how well that works. So put it all the way around our braided line here. That works pretty damn good. You have to be careful with lubricants because they do attract dirt. So use sparingly and use only in the specific spots you really want to. I know this guy starts to foam pretty good. So get that all the way around. And this lube actually stays put or if you spray it, so you can move it around, which is kind of handy. So like right now, I need to move it through there, lube this up and bring it back up through there. Now that brake line, slide. Yeah, we like that. Nice. Now my hands are kind of gross, but brake lines are in. It was a lot easier than the rears. And I can't really fault BC for doing it that way. The extra powder coating is great. I do appreciate that. I do have a cam bolt or a cam here that I'd like to move prior to bolting stuff down. Because once it gets bolted down, it's going to be very difficult to move. So that guy is on, and it's part of our alignment. It's nothing too super major. I just want to make sure that those guys are at least close where we can steer the car. So now we can tighten those up. Use a big boy for it. It'll only take a minute. And of course, I can't reach that one. Probably can't reach it on this side. Correct. So we get in there with socket and just do him by hand. Doesn't take that much longer. And the other good news is I already set the damping and rebound halfway. So we're at the halfway mark all the way around on all four corners. So we can tighten or loosen. I have a feeling we're going to really crank down on the back. We will be very tight on the rears. All right, we have our main bolts in. Yay, good. Again, you put tools away. That way you know where they're at. That in here. Socket goes here. 17. The socket goes here. Wrench. There's. And a lot of people have asked, Kev, why the hell did you get a white toolbox? Because I'm a glutton for punishment, I guess. Actually, I really like my toolbox. I'm glad that it's white. It helps me see when things are dirty, and when people take care of stuff and put tools away, I know it. So those guys are still a little ways away from being totally dry and ready for paint. But if you want to see one, I can. There's one of our control arms with primer on it. I finished off the last of that primer, which is good. Got everything covered. 2 coats on each side. Where are we at now? We can get the sway bar stuff ready. And the sway bar stuff is a lot like the steering. See the split? And that way you can peel this around the sway bar. It's on both of them. These are our sway bar mounts. So once they go in there, it doesn't matter that they're split. Also, polyurethane is nice and hard. Yeah, that stuff is still drying. This is for one side, this is for the other. And we obviously do not need actually, I don't think we need these either because we have new sleeves. Correct? Yeah. So we technically don't need these. I just need the instructions. Because for those, for the front ones, uh, 65040 and the sleeve. So 65040. And I have this chair in the way. There we go, that's better. 65040. And this is the sleeve for that. And I believe those are the guys that fit the sleeve. Yep. Okay. So this is the one for up front. And we don't need the sleeve anymore. And those two go like that. And then we have our nut and lock washer. This one goes on the other side. That thing is garbage. Our washer is on the other side along with our nut. These new bushings are great. Really, really great addition. So the bushings come, if you guys watch the other YouTube videos, you've seen it. They come in 3 pieces instead of a single rubber piece. that gets pressed in. These are separate pieces. You have your sleeve, your bushing front and bushing rear, and it's a super tight fit. And then when you clamp them together, they get even tighter. And there's a big washer on the back and a big washer on the front. I'll show you how all this goes together. The rod goes through there, and wow, that is a chunk of metal we have to take off of there. There's a serious clip right here. So yeah, they go together like this. It's kind of a nice big sandwich. Control arm goes through here, and they get squished together, and that gives you your front torsion. So now this one did not have any burrs on him, but man, this guy he's got a razor blade on there. We're gonna take care of that real quick. Real quick, like. Swap batteries. Sorry, this is gonna make some noise. Wow. That was a big old chunk. Big old chunky chunk. But we got him. And you know what? I think I'm gonna TBL these guys since we have them out. We'll make these really nice too. Since we have everything apart and ready to go, might as well make this stuff look nice. Okay, so those are set up for those fronts. Now, the other ones we have in the front are our front control arms, and those ones get these, I believe. No, they get these control arms, 64309, and of course it's written on the inside, 64309. So two of those. So these ones also go up front, and those are for our control arm. Now we're also going to load these up with lube. They give us this great PTFE lube, and every component just loaded on there. Now in the rear, so that's it for the front, correct? One bushing and two bushings, and then we have control arm with sway bar. Okay, then we have the rears, which are one, two, wait a sec. I have a weird sleeve here. I have two weird sleeves. 65042. Oh, I think I know where it goes. Yeah. Maybe I know where it goes. Maybe not. No, those are my rears. Okay, so this is confusing. Because, oh wait, does this go? Yeah, okay. I think I got it now. Okay, there we go. 64042. Yeah. because this guy goes to these bolts. No. He goes to these bolts. No. This guy goes to the bushings for that's control arm, that's control arm. There should be 4 of those. We only have 2. So that's one control arm and then a rear control arm. Missing some bushings, I think. Because those guys we've got. And then those are the big guys up front. And then the ones for the rear. Oh, yeah, that's right. These are different bolt and nut. So those guys do go. I just need to find the width here. That goes there. That goes there. Okay. So that guy fits in there. The other nice part about these is that they just hammer together. So if these are the large guys, I'm going to put this bolt back. They're the large for what side? Oh, wait, no. This is a little confusing, but we're getting it. It's a little confusing. Strut rod. It shows those other 2, which I have. Okay. So 65041. Those are the correct ones for that, right? God, you can't read these. It's black on black. 64309. No, it's 65. $65,041. Okay, that's those guys. 65041. And that is for there. Okay. But what is the bolt that goes through there? The bolt that goes through there is this guy. So we have to do the insert different. Okay. Now we have the correct inserts. I thought I had all these together correctly. Obviously, did not. Okay, and these are the smaller ones, 042. for the rears. Okay. These guys are for the rear control arms. Yeah. Okay. Okay. It's a little confusing. A little confusing. They don't label what's front and what's rear, which makes it kind of difficult. So we have those three for the control arms, and then these will go in the rear for the front parts. Yeah, the 042 with the larger sleeve. Right. Okay. So these are also rears with the larger sleeve. We have one over there. And we have one over here. Okay. Lining all this stuff up is not easy. The good part is with the Prothane stuff, you don't need a press or anything. When you put the lube on it, you put the lube inside, put the lube on the thing, rubber mallet it, flip it over, rubber mallet it, it's in. It's pretty straightforward. All right, the other ones are, let's see how many of these we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's the one thing I didn't do on the steering rack was add the lube, but I don't know how much lube I actually want on the steering rack. I want that rack tight. So if it becomes a problem, I'll add lube to it later. We're okay for now. I am going to do the first coat of TBL on these and air out the shop just a little tiny bit. Give you guys a 5-minute break here and try and get some air through here because I don't want to open the shop door. It's going to be a little cold. It's actually going to be a lot cold. So first coat. Oh yeah. God, this looks so nice. Wait till you guys see this. It's just simple. It's so simple. I'm about 12 inches away from the part. I'm just going nice, even passes, not heavy. First passes, you want kind of light from a good distance. It's always nice if you can hang the part. But I don't have any way to really hang the parts. I guess I do. Looks great. Very pleased. So yeah, these take about 10 minutes to dry. Then we can do another coat. Or we can flip it over. Which is probably what we'll do. Oh yeah. I'm gonna crack the garage door and get some air flowing through here. Hopefully it's okay if we go 5 minutes. take a little break here. Um, this thing's going to be awesome when it's all back together. I wish you could see those, um, but you'll see them when I get them all back together. Whew! Wow! Wow! And like I said, we're probably going to drop between 15 and 20 pounds on the car by going to coilovers versus OEM. Just how it works. They're so much lighter. We have Swift springs on here, which are highly coveted Japanese spring, very well known. So we're going to be happy with those, especially on a very lightweight front end, full weight back end car. We're going to like those Swift springs. They're going to work out good. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll take 5. Oh, wow. Yeah, I think we are missing some bushings. Because there's 2 on those rears that I don't see. Oh, you know what? I know why I don't see them. I know exactly why I don't see them. God. Because I'm not putting the suspension together in my head. In the rears, these guys are part of that control arm. That's what I'm not seeing. They're the ones that go in that pocket. They fit, 99% sure. They fit right in that pocket. Knew it. That's set. Okay. So we're not missing anything. I just need to put the suspension together in my head and draw it out. All right. Give me a couple minutes. I will be right back, and hopefully there'll be some kind of fresh air in here. We're back. Well, when I say we're back, I mean I'm back. I had a rock star. Let's see, I got back from surgery at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock. And then I woke up at about, what time did I wake up? Probably about 8 o'clock. First thing I had was a rock star. All right, let's check these guys. And good way to check things that are painted is if you have threads on them, because that'll eventually get worn off. So if you want to see if something's dry, yeah, we can go with a coat on this side. Where it's a little bit heavier. It's still not totally dry, but it's going to be good. And it is nice to have the fresh air in here. I know what that looks like. And exactly what you think. I'm doing TBL on these. Should last. Should last the life of the car. But, oh, running low. It's okay. We have more. Yep. That is the end of that can. Let's move on to the next one. A little test spray here. Looks good. Rust-Oleum does a pretty consistent product. So when you move from one can to the next, it's usually pretty damn good. So, wow, these look really great. We haven't had the suspension off before, so this is all kind of new. We hadn't really needed to have the suspension off. All right, look at that. That looks really good. So many rocks. And just bounces right back in here. Stay out there. All right, so let's raise the car again. We'll do that cross member, and then we'll do the sway bar back on. And by that time, we'll be able to flip these over and do the second and final coat on them on that side. Let it dry, and then we'll start putting things together. God, that rear suspension, if I just thought about how that went together, would have been a lot easier. If I remembered that cross member went through, or the trailing arm went through that cross member, I wouldn't have stressed so much about it. But we're in good shape. All right, and we're going to put these plugs back in that Brian took out. All right. And where did my light go? Where did he take these plugs from? Can't remember. No. I think he took them from somewhere in the back here. Where the hell did these plugs come from? Oh, they came from right there. There we go. They are back in where they should be. And because I have OCD, I'm going to line up the plus signs. Okay. So our sway bar, actually our cross member goes in first and then our sway bar. So bring this guy back here. Hopefully, does that help you guys see it? Cross member. And this is our cross member. This guy has been painted and you can see TBL looks really nice on here. We left our bolts in. And these are also 14s. And we have our bolts up here. So this looks really good under the car. Everything is nicely protected. Very nice. I'm happy with this. Happy with this. Okay. And we don't do any lube on any of this stuff. We only do it with the sway bar and bushings. That is a 14. And we'll get an extension on here. Get him on there. Just applying pressure as I'm tightening him. Make sure he is all the way up. Yeah. I like it. Nice. Very nice. Okay, now our cross member guys are 12, or our sway bar bushing mounts are 12. And I remember one of them we had to do by hand. It was a pain in the ass. So here's our sway bar. And we're going to do our bushings and mounts separate. And the mounts have also been TBL. They got TBL'd yesterday. So for this guy, we need to look and see where they go. I am struggling today. So I'm going to see if I can get this on this way and just slide him around. And I want the notched portion to the inside. So, um, yes. Right. Except I did that one backwards. I don't know how I lined it up in my head. So flip him around. There we go. Ow. All right. There's one in place. There's the second one. Now we have our bushings in place. We're going to slide them slightly out of the way so we can see where they were originally. And we're going to take our lube, and they offer this nice little tear off thing. And we're going to lubricate this whole section right here. And do the kind of paintbrush method. And then all this stuff is thick. It's almost like glue. So this stuff goes on. You spread a nice layer all the way around the bar. And you don't want it too thick of a layer because it's just going to push it all the way out to the edge. And then the easy way to do it is to just thread it on like that. And that will give you a nice thing without a huge bead showing up here. You can work them back and forth a little bit. Do the same thing on the other side. Oh, I'm not sure if this is silicone or PTFE. PTFE is polytetrafluoroethylene. It's known to regular folks as Teflon. So if you ever see anything that says has Teflon in it, that means it has polytetrafluoroethylene, PTFE. Or if you ever see anything that says it's PTFE based, that means that it has Teflon in it. That usually means it's very slippery. So now inside each of these bushings are little grooves, and it catches this stuff and keeps it kind of in place and kind of clean. That's the job, and that's a good thing. Set that to the side, and again, kind of thread this on there. Whoa, he threaded himself on there. That one did get a little bead on him, so we'll help him out. Spread that around. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Very nice. Okay. Put that stuff on the inside. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put it on the outside, on the inside section right here. And you can do it either on the bushing itself, or you can do it on the clamp. It doesn't matter either way. I do it here because I already have these guys and I'm already covered in lube. So it really doesn't take much. And this is something that you have to check. You know, you could probably check it every year or whatever. This stuff will get dirty and wear out. It does break down. And you just need it on the U portion. You don't need it on the top portion. And let me switch the bar again. Do it on this guy. I'm going to use probably this whole packet, which you're supposed to. They tell you apply liberally. So you use the whole packet. That's a good thing. That means you have applied liberally. All right. I'm trying to hold them in place as I spread this stuff around better. So there you go. It's almost a whole tube of lube. Now comes the fun part. I need to park this thing for a second while I get the crap off my hands because I don't want the lube on the nuts and bolts. So I'm using an old rag here. And it feels like silicone. I don't really know what it is. Don't really know. So all of our bolts are the same size and same head and same length. So we can pull them all out. Yep, they all have the same washer. And before, underneath the bushings, there was no protection. Now we have a layer of TBL, which is nice. So, God, this stuff is thick. But you're going to stay lubed for a year. That's a good thing, right? So we'll put these on when we get up there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to save those two guys. And I'm going to put him on the sway bar first. So he's kind of in place-ish. Now I'm going to look at this and see if I can determine a top and bottom. I see, yeah, so we'll do it like that. Wait, no, like this. What am I missing? I guess nothing. Just how it is on there. Oh my gosh. These end lengths are really, really tight. That's a good thing, but man, when you're assembling, wow. All right. So now we can grab one of our sides. We got to remember because they're shaped kind of odd. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. They're shaped kind of odd. So the harder part was this bolt in here. So get that guy, get him on there. Then the end leg needs to go forward. This guy needs to go up. There we go. Ah. There we go. Oh, okay, too far. This is the hardest one, is lining up this first one, those end lengths. Especially with how stiff they are, damn. Okay. Damn. I was really hoping. Well, also they're going to push out. Okay, we have to be very careful with the suspension with the new with the new coils. This guy, whoops, almost put him on backwards. This guy just slides right on. Should slide right on. He's got enough lube on him. Where did he go? He's over here. And oh, come on. Guy's being difficult going back in. He does not want to be friends with that. There he goes. Okay. Still covered in goopy stuff. Yeah. He's damn close to centered. Yeah, those coils are way, way inside. So we'll grab a wrench. We'll actually grab 2 wrenches and get this tightened down. Actually, we'll check this guy, see if this coat of paint, I'm really trying not to get high on paint fumes. Yeah, we can flip over, I think. Doing it a little quick, but not anything too terrible. These guys are coming out nice. Okay. All right, let's get another coat on there. You guys just like watching me do this. If you ever want to have fun in the shop, tell the new guy to get him a can of brake clean and tell him that the brake clean isn't ready to use until you can hear the ball. Or give him a paint can, tell him it's not ready to use until you can't hear the ball. See how long that lasts. All right. Again, nice light coat. If you do light coats from all 4 sides, you get a really solid coat. Yes, it would be nice to get these all powder coated. That would be awesome. Maybe one day we will. Yeah, these look really good. Super happy with how these are turning out. Very nice. All right. Wow. Trying to do, 3 things at once. You're the only guy in the shop, and it's your race car, so it just takes a little bit longer. But this is my second favorite place in the world to be. My phone is buzzing. Let's see who has decided. Oh, Noodles and Company wants to buzz me. All right. We need that 12 with the short extension. And I hate to use the other 12, 13, 12, because I'm just going to do these by hand. Get them really close so we have a little wiggle room with the other ones. Wow, this car looks really good underneath. Maybe, just maybe, use this to set him. Nope. Oh my gosh. Damn. Okay. The other problem is I can't even see. Oh crap. Do I have to do that guy first? I think I have to do that guy first. That's gonna suck. Okay. Yeah. Oh, damn it. All right, well, we have part of it up there, and that's fine. All right. Crap, I got hand tools, so. Yeah, because of the angle of that guy, he's got to go up first. Okay. Which is disappointing. When it comes off, you don't notice that. All right. So. Crap. God, still covered in this crap too. Hopefully, you guys are getting something out of this. I think I might pull the cross member off, just because I'll have way, way, way better access if I do, and I might be able to sneak a power tool in there. If I do it that way. Yeah, I'm going to pull that. I'll pull the cross member off. The cross member was off when I took the sway bar off the first time. So I still have 14 here. So this will only take a moment. This guy first. Waiting for that one to happen. Okay. Where the hell did he go? Oh, there he is. Do. Yeah. So. Or do I have them on backwards? Do I? Yeah, maybe I do. Yes, I do have them on backwards. Yeah, okay. So let's try flipping. And don't think that makes a huge difference. Let's try it. Remember, kids, always start nuts and bolts by hand, please. It prevents stripping. Yeah, huh? Maybe. Where's the little guy that fell? See, for some reason, I don't think that's right. Maybe it is. Now I have myself wondering which way these go in. I'm the idiot who took them out. So that way looks much, much closer, I have to say. But it doesn't look lined up. Like, this is very odd. It goes back on like that. Goes all the way up. Yeah. Yes. No. Whoa. It's not what I wanted. Shift back this way a lot. Okay. Now come here. Yeah. Okay. Now I can't. That sounds bad too. I can't find the small ones. See, the harder I push, the deeper he sinks into there. So I need the not deep 12. And it sinks about the same. But why won't this guy go? Nope. Having that lube all over your hands does not help anything. Huh? Now I have no way to grip him. Oh my God. My wallet's still in my pocket. All right. Lube squeezing out here. Okay. So that fourth one is in my pocket. I swear he is lined up. Nope. He is lined up and he's threading. All right. The rest of that's going to have to be by wrench. Okay. I did have it right. All right. He is lubed up. He's in there pretty fucking tight. Oops, sorry, pretty damn tight. So now comes the fun part. It's using this little tiny wrench. Where the hell do I put him? No, wrong pocket. And finishing off, sway bar. Ooh. If you want a bulletproof car, this is how you got to do it. All right. Sway bars in. Yay. Wow. All right, we'll put this guy back in. Okay. The cross member, like the one up in the front, when you tighten them down, you usually want no suspension load on them. That's the rule of thumb. Because you want them to be super tight when you do load up the suspension. So tighten back him off, and then hold him up tight. Push up on him. And push up on him. we're doing pretty damn good. Wow. All right, soy bars back in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Let's put some tools away. Oh, getting high from the TBL fumes. I'm going to do another coat, I think. Maybe get some air going. Woo! Wow. Wow, looks pretty good, right? Not too bad. Let's check these. They're pretty damn dry. Those guys over. Those guys are super dry. I actually picked up some of the cardboard. Yeah. All right. So maybe we do these guys on a different piece of cardboard. There we go. We can bring these over too. Cardboard's getting kind of sticky over there. I know what you guys want. All right, what time is it? 11:20. Not bad. TBL, you really don't have to get that close. The spray is pretty heavy, so it falls, and it'll fall a pretty good distance. So you don't have to worry about it evaporating before it hits. That way you can keep a pretty solid height on it. Yeah. All right. Whew. Wow. That's our last coat of TBL. So bushing here is this guy. Bushing here is this guy. And that's it. Because then the control arm goes right here. Where is he? What am I? Oh, yeah, sorry. Control arm is right here. And then the other arm comes right here. So bushing. Got him. 1, 2, that's our front. Then our rears are right there. Okay. And those guys go bushing on the outside, 2 bumper bushings, and then bushing on the inside, which is all of those. All right. I'm going to run and air the shop and let this dry really quick. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys? Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. Whew. A lot of work, a lot of suspension work. These cars don't get built by themselves, do they? Wow. Let me get this goop off my hands. Wow. This car is going to be so much better after the suspension goes in. And there is no way that I'd be able to tell you the amount of hours that have gone into making this car what it is. It looks really rough on the outside, it really does. But when you drive it, we have everything really set on the inside. So when you drive it, you have really, really amazing control of the car, and you have all the information you need. The digital stuff, the computer stuff that we have in the car is next level. You won't see that in any other MR2. I don't care what engine they put in there. It can be V8 Audi all-wheel drive. They don't have a dash like we do. They don't have the cameras that we do. They're not OBD2. Like I said, we're the only ones that have ever done that. Turned an OBD1 car into an OBD2 car. Never seen any YouTuber, any builder, not Kindig, not Boyd Coddington, not Chip Foose. None of those guys have done that. So the only ones who've ever done that. Most guys, they'll go standalone. They'll use a Haltech or a Motec and be done with it. And that's fine. And they can wire up however they want. And then the LS guys, they have a million options, you know. Everyone and their sister puts LSs and stuff. So there's wiring harnesses readily available. Come with full clusters, everything. It's super easy, plug and play. We stuck with OEM. We played by Lemon's rules. We did all OEM stuff. We have an OEM ECU, OEM wiring, OEM engine, OEM transmission, OEM clutch. We have OEM brakes in the back, and these are technically Toyota brakes up front. I mean, this car's OEM. This is what, you know, this is kind of the max of what a Toyota, I don't want to say race car, but a Toyota MR2 can be. And I forgot, you guys forgot to remind me to hit this spot with TBL up here. So I'm going to grab it really quick. There we go. Way better. Way better. And you can see kind of the haze that comes out. All right. So we're letting that stuff dry. And we're going to get some air on that. And I'll be back in a few minutes. So if you guys want to hang, I got to step outside. It's really, I'm just getting high off paint fumes. And I want to hang with you guys, but I just need a couple minutes of air. So hang on. I'll be right back. Woo! Okay, I'm back. Wow. It is getting chilly outside, and we're supposed to have snow. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm liking how these have turned out. Get it nice and close to the camera. These came out really well. Still have some of the original stuff on there, and that's fine. That is fine. These are our long control arms for the rears. Wow. These are our long control arms for the fronts. That leaf is not staying in here. All these leaves and rocks. Trying to stay in the shop. I'm going to close the door and start putting stuff together. Wow. Wow. So close. So close, right? So on these, I taped up the threads just because I don't want to fight TBL. Putting it back on. Hope everyone's having a great night. I always like being productive, and this is one of those productive, very productive Sundays. Which way are we going on here? So when control arm goes in, he's going to be like so. So that is this side. So we can do a washer. Try to be a little bit careful and not totally kill the TBL. We can do a bushing and sleeve. And I'm just going to test fit this right now. This isn't a permanent thing by any means. Why don't that sleeve go all the way down? There you go. Plus, I don't need lube on it right now. I just want to test fit. It's going to work so nice. God, these look really good. Okay. So now I just need the nut and washer, which are right here. This guy up here. Just get him in place. Oops. I need this. Go on the other side. Where'd he go? There he is. Oops. Okay. There we go. All right. Happy new suspension part right there. And do the one on the near side here. It's funny, these are cold, but they're dry. TBL dries very quickly. You have about 20 minutes between coats. And if you let it go overnight, it's dead solid. But it takes a little bit longer when it's cold outside. And it's 40 degrees out right now. And what we would call unpleasant. Unpleasant. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Get these parts together. So our big cup washer, these two guys, get our nut and lock washer. Whoa, the sleeve didn't go down. Okay. And then we'll do our big washer. Okay. Yeah, you can see how that guy's bent up. So there's one component without lube. Next, we have these arms, which, wow, these turned out really nice, you guys. Take a look at that. Very content with that. Still some cardboard here. We will take that off. And these are ambidextrous. So they can go in either side because they are mirrors and ambidextrous. They are not, though, are they? I just want to look for markings that say left or right. Because this one looks, no, they're centered. No, that's a dead center. Okay. So they are ambidextrous. But we hammered on that one. So this one goes here. And he goes on with a castle nut and bushings that will go in here. And this is what I'm talking about with Prothane, because these guys literally set in here and you can rubber mallet them. So we'll throw some lube on these and you can just put a rubber mallet on them, and then you lube the inside and put in this guy in there, and then you have brand new bushings, which is really, really great. So let me grab a tube of lube. We're going to get gross again. That's how it works. So we'll use one tube of lube between the two of these guys. And, oh, I got to get the, where did Brian put the bolts for those? Come on. These guys. Correct. And correct. Okay. So I'll take the sleeve out. Set everything down for right now. Rip this off. And technically, I should be able to press these in by hand. Maybe. We're going to do the same thing that we did on the sway bar. They want you to apply liberally. We are going to apply liberally. Just get you don't need don't use a whole tube on one, but definitely get the whole bushing surfaces covered. Some of it's going to squeeze out. Some of it won't get used, but definitely get the whole bushing covered. So there's one. I'm going to set him in place. These guys are really slippery without the lube. Imagine how nice and slippery they're going to be with it. That's part of the problem with rubber is when it gets old, it binds up a little and starts to tear apart. And that's just the nature of rubber. That's what happens with age. This guy's lubed up nice. He's going to go right in there. I can literally press those in by hand. Then we do the same thing on the sleeve. I'll do a few different passes here. And again, you don't have to totally overdo it. There are channels in those bushings that'll help even things out a little. But there we go. He is in both, and I'm going to grab a rag and get this off my hand. I'll show you what we've got so far. This is just me pressing by hand. One of these guys, this guy's almost all the way in. We're going to use some rubber mallet action to motivate these. We use a rag, on the other side to keep it protected and to catch any lube that comes out. So I'm just putting it on the vise here. And there you go. Bushings in, inserts in. Got a little excess right here. I just need to find the nuts that are supposed to be on that big rock. There's the 2 nuts for that, and then the castle nut for our ball joint. So that is the wrong castle nut. Absolutely wrong castle nut. Where did those castle nuts go, Brian? Oh, shoot. I didn't TBL these washers. I'm going to TBL these guys. These are the smallers. Smaller ones for the rear. Yeah. All right. I got to find the castle nuts. Where the hell did they go? Okay. Let's see. Oh, he's going to need help getting in there. That is a really tight fit. That's okay. That's why we have this stuff. We're going to throw some lube on the outside of this too. Some of it will squeeze out, but I'm just going to do a pass on the outside here because we are dealing with metal on urethane. And helping it. We still got half a tube left. So I don't know. Maybe I can get them in there by hand. I do have them going the right way. Oh God, I love these bushings. This is just me wiggling it back and forth, and Seriously. Seriously, it's in. So, yeah. And what do you know? I think I put these guys in backwards. I'm pretty sure I put these guys in backwards. Not backwards. I put left on right and right on left. It's okay. There's only a couple threads here. And the other reason why I test fit is because I don't want to waste all that lube. So if you take stuff apart a bunch of times, you're going to waste the lube. You don't really want to do that. So, well, let's test fit this guy first. Yeah. Okay, so he goes up here. And then goes over here. Kinda. All right, well, I got too much crap in my hands. So okay. Okay. Yeah, that's going to work. Okay, so there we go. We're going to put this guy together right now. Just because we're here and we can, and we actually need it to hold suspension up. So for this, we're going to add just a pass of lube on the outside edges. And then we're going to lube the sleeve nicely. So we'll do the inside and outside faces. And then the sleeve. So this spread around because that's where our cup washer is going to touch. And this is where our lead arm mount is going to touch. And again, it doesn't take much. I just have a super thin coat on here. So where was our arm? What did I do with it? Oh, it's right there. So this guy can go on, and then we can do the sleeve. Whoa. Nice even coat on there. There we go. He'll slide on and in. And then now we're ready to get him up on there. Take this with us. Get him at the right height we want. That in there. that on. Stay put. Need my cup. These cup washers are huge. They work well, but they're really big. Then our lock washer, our nut, and now we just need to find castle nuts for the ball joints. So these guys are ready to go in. Once I get castle nuts in there. Oh, come on. Why won't you go now? You were just lined up. Oh, where'd you go? Well, all right. So, all right, we might have to motivate this guy too. He's so close. Yeah, okay. Okay. There we go. Again, just getting a little paint out of the way. Just wish I knew where those damn castle nuts were. Those are 17s. I'm just going to zoom them on quick. Of course, I got to double check all these. Yeah, they're 17s. All right. This guy's 17 as well. So now I just need to find castle nuts, and I have no idea what Brian did with them. Oh, there we go. Oh, they're all completely destroyed. Well, I don't know. This one might go. Nope. You're gonna get new castle nuts. That one almost goes. If you guys don't know, this is what a castle nut looks like. So it has little slots in it, and in the post, you put the post through, there'll be a little hole, and you line up the castle nut, and then you put a cotter pin through, and that way it can't vibrate loose. And these guys get destroyed all the time when you're trying to take things like ball joints out, because you use them as protectors for the threads on the ball joint as you're hammering them out. And these guys got all knackered. So these are 12 mils, and I have to get new ball joint nuts. Damn it. Newcastle nuts, but that's fine because we can get this at least pretty damn close to going together. Which way do you want to go? That way? Too far? This way. There. All right. Get in there. Oh, come on. Oh, there we go. Maybe get up there. All right. What I can do for now is put a cotter pin in there. God, I hate being cold. Oh. These guys might work just for now. Just to hold that suspension up there. Oh, come on, you were lined up. Yeah, there we go. That's just a hitch clip. So we'll just use that for now until we get a castle nut in there. So we have our new front arm. I'll grab a 19 and zoom that on. Oh, and I need to do a 14 with that guy. There's sway bar. Sorry, we're going to do power tools here. Oh, he's 17. Sorry. Oops. My bad. And then we'll get this guy going. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that works a lot better. We just have to be really careful with camber. I've got probably 2 fingers worth of clearance. So, yeah, I'm okay with that. I am okay with this so far. These coils are they're really, really nice. Very happy with that. Got my bolt for the other side. Cool. All right. This is our other front. And we're going to grab another lube packet. What did I do with them? They're all up here. I'm just going to use a new lube packet. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Let's tighten up. Well, I'll do both at the same time, I guess. So I'm doing the same thing here that I did on the right side of the car. Just doing it on the faces of these 2 donut bushings. Just on the face, because we have no use for lube up here. All it will do is attract dirt. So we don't want that. So, all right, there's one. Whoops. Let's give this a little, it gets kind of globby in areas. Try and smooth them out. All right, now we can do our sleeve. And yeah, I should ask Protein if this is silicone or PTFE. It's really hard to tell. You can't like taste it or something and test it. All right. Sleeve is in. All right, so let's clean off our hands. Where'd my rag go? There it is. And we might save the rears for tomorrow. I have a doctor's appointment in 8 hours, so I have a million things to do tonight. Not a million, I just have a lot of things to do. Get this guy up there. Oops. And then probably save the rears for tomorrow, if that is okay with you guys. There he is going to stay on there just while I grab these pieces. Please, thank you. Okay. Lock nut. And main nut. Or sorry, lock washer, main nut. We're going to need a wrench. So that guy is on. And we need our other control arm. And our other bushing set. So I'll do this one down here, a little closer for you guys. Again, I'm just laying, it's like half of a toothpaste line around this thing. And I'm just covering that inside edge. I'll do the outside once he's fully seated in there. I just don't want to make a mess yet. So nice. And on the inside edge here, make sure you get him. Oh, you know, a little bit's going to squeeze out to that inside edge, but you want to make sure you have nice coverage there. I'm almost out of lube here, so I'm going to have to use the other packet that I have open. But that's what we want to do is we want to use one packet per, and we're going to technically use one packet per, just distributed differently. All right. Whoa, come back. God, this stuff goes everywhere. All right. There's that. And then we'll do the sleeve. I really don't need to do the sleeve. I just need to hold it. So I have stuff all over my hands. Try and finish off this packet or finish the sleeve with this packet. Yeah, nice. Now I'm not doing anything inside the sleeve. I'm trying to keep my fingers are trying to keep the lubricant out of there because there are threads in there, and if you get it on there, it'll just help the threads get loose. So minimize that. So where is our control arm? Here it is. I'm going to try and pick it up without getting crap all over me or all over it. So we're going to push in one of the bushings and he falls in. I'm going to come on this side. I'm going to push in the insert. I'm going to come on this side. Literally just using my body weight. And I got it almost seated. So I'm going to go give him a yellow or an orange hammer smack on the bench. And hopefully that will seat him. I mean, that's how far I got just by doing it by hand. So it's really close. So use the orange motivator and a couple of taps. We should be good to go. Some of that stuff squished out. And I got cardboard over here too. We don't really want on there. Okay. So some of this stuff squished out. I'm going to use it as lube for the faces. Again, keeping it away from the inside bushing, that steel sleeve. You just don't want anything on the threads. And where's my other packet? I'm going to add some more here. This is going to help us slide in that slot real nice. I think. I hope. Cool. Oh, yeah. Okay. Go. All right, set that down. Clean off our hands the best we can. Use this right now. And this is our up. So take our bolt out for now. Oh, whoa, whoa. This is just pressure and wiggling it back and forth. And he's basically going into position. That's so cool. Usually, like with rubber ones, you'll have, I don't want to say major difficulty, but it's usually a lot harder with rubber. It just binds up so easily. And trying to thread him in there as I'm wiggling back and forth. I want to make sure he grabs and stays straight. Oh. Yeah. What's really cool is you can see these bushings moving. You can see them staying really tight in there, but they allow the different points of movement, which is really cool. Really cool to see. So this guy has to go up even more. That guy has to go in even more. Or no. Oh God. With your hand so slippery, it's really hard. So let's take that out, set him up there. All right, got to figure out how to get that guy in there. He's so close. He is so close right there. I got one. Damn. All right, getting close. It's hard to keep this straight. All right, so I think what we need to do, since that guy just keeps bouncing around, is help him out. Oh, he is a 21. That is my mistake. Excuse me. All right. He is not a 21? Or did somebody put this in the wrong spot? Seriously? I could have sworn he was a 21. I could have sworn up and down he was a 21. Now he's just spinning. All right, well, let's see if this guy does the same thing. No. All right. So he does go. We just need different motivation, not electric. So we'll go to power. Sorry, folks. Gotta go to power tools or to air tools. All right, almost there. Almost there. Because this mount brace is bent back, we got to help this guy out a little. Oh, Jesus. Well, we can't tighten him because we don't have him supported on the other side. So that's not going to work. He's just going to spin around. Damn. How does that come right back where my feet are? Oh, get in there. Damn. Damn, 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 damn. All right. I have an idea. How about from a frame mount? We're going to have this help us out because this guy can pull back harder than I can. Push back. Oh, yeah. Almost. That's so weird. All right, let me try and help this. Because according to everything, he is lined up right there. What the hell? Okay. Okay. So now he's dropped in right there. Ah, come on. Can't ever be simple, right? So then oh, come on. Now it's like way too far. Okay. That guy's in. He's like perfectly lined up, but he doesn't want to go in. What the hell? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? All right. It came apart, so it's got to go back together. Oh my Sorry, folks. This is supposed to be a lot smoother. So, let's try this a little different way. So the sway bar like that, we actually cannot get this guy in. At the angle we need. So nope, not at that angle either. So set in there. Whoa. Damn. So even if I come back here, yeah, there's no way to get that back in there. I mean, when I come down to that angle, I can't even rotate this thing. Yeah, and then I come up and okay, so sway bar has to get undone and I have to do it as high as possible. Is that how this is going to work? Is that how we're doing it? Okay. Sorry about the power tools, folks. It looks like this is the only way to do this. Okay. Now rotate. All right. Undo this. It's still too far back. Even with all that extra height. Oh, come on. Oh, oh, come on. Wow. You just cannot line up. Even if I go all the way up. Wow. 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 This guy just will not go back in there. I mean, from all angles right here, he looks like he's lined up, but then, nope. He has to rotate this way, and that means this cup has to come out with the new bushings. There's no way for it to work without doing that. So I'm just gonna have to put the cotter pin, that safety pin in here, and call it, because there's no way we can come back in the AM and get a porta power on there. But yeah, right now there's no way to do that. So, there we go. Yeah, there's no way to get that guy in there. If I hold that right there and press and pry, he's not going to drop in. He's a good, probably 1/4 of an inch off on the front and probably on the back. So this box right here has to go out and forward. And so we're going to have to porta power it. It's actually going to have to go out that way and forward slightly, actually out this way, or sorry, out that way and up. That will get us the angle we need in order to get this guy back in. The reason he came out was because all the rubber it had been formed into that position for so long that it just molded, and I'm sure a ton of it broke away and all that other stuff. So kind of stuck for now. Not really. Just it's almost 1 o'clock, and I'm sure you guys are tired of watching me struggle with it. And I'm tired of struggling with it. So we'll get a porta power on it after the doctor tomorrow, and we'll get that thing straightened out. I might actually just put it in the vise. Well, actually, the Car Works is a pretty good vise, so I'll probably just do porta power on the car and move him that way and this, that way and up. X and Z. That sucks. I really wanted to get this together tonight. The good news is these guys are drying, and they're drying very nicely. And I can also spray these. I'll get just a sanding sponge on them and get some surface off. And we'll spray those, and they'll be ready to go tomorrow. No, it's better to palm it, clean it that way. All right. Still, really, really good progress on the car. You'll definitely be ready for the next race. That is for damn sure. There we go. Okay. So yeah, I apologize that we couldn't get it all back together tonight. I really did want to. But the other good part is that stuff's drying. So we put this back up here just to protect him. Yeah, he's definitely, he needs some flexing. It's okay. We can provide that. Damn. So close too. So close. Put the cotter, the pitch clips away. And we will call it good for the night. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a lot of painting and waiting and a bunch of other stuff. It wasn't all terribly thrilling, but we do all this stuff so that we can do thrilling stuff, right? That's the hope. That is the absolute hope. Oh. And I got to say, it feels good to feel the swelling come down up here. I'm still sore up in the, just below my nasal passages, and I'm still a little numb in the jaw, and I can feel the cyst area back here. Man, that was a big hole. It was a big cyst. It was about the size of a AA battery. Came out not cancerous. Came out in one piece. I asked the doc if I could save it, and he said no. We have to biopsy the whole thing. I was like, oh, damn it. So yeah, I apologize for this. I knew this was coming up. I knew this was going to be an issue, and when we did when we got these new suspension bushings, I knew this was going to be something we'd have to address. I was just kind of hoping to get it together, then we could address it, but that's how it goes. I still have the two nuts here. I got to put those back. Otherwise, they'll end up on the floor downstairs. Okay. I also have to do some cleanup on the bolt that we replaced. That Fox Motorsports was kind enough to score us a new bolt. I got to do some cleanup on the back, and I'll probably I'll do a new cage nut. I might just do. I'll probably do a nylock and a lock nut and a jam nut. Just that's going to be the simplest solution, and it's going to work the best. Nylock, jam nut with blue Loctite. We're going to be in great shape. And what else we got? I think that's about it. Really, the suspension stuff is the biggest thing on this car. We'll get the scales out this week, and we'll corner balance it, which will be really cool. We can get the car, as close to 50-50 as possible by dialing the coilovers and how much weight we're sending forwards and backwards, left and right. And we can put 200 pounds in the driver's seat, or put someone in the driver's seat. And that'll help us get the car nicely balanced. I've seen people use dog food and whole bunch of other stuff. We'll probably just use tires and stack them up in the on the roof or in the passenger seat or in the driver's seat. But the car's coming together. This thing is going to be a monster when it's all done. It'll be so much fun, so much fun. And just remember, you guys, we're doing this on little to no budget. Um, you see these massive builds and these incredible cars and 2,000 horsepower and all that stuff. Well, guess what? Someone's paying for it. And with this is coming out of my pocket. I mean, this is a $20,000 MR2. There have been guys that have donated stuff and purchased parts for the car. I've tried to pay back pretty much everyone, um, and so there has been money put into it, but it just it's amazing when you see these huge builds of these pro street cars and the pro touring cars and stuff like Kendig and stuff like Chip Foose. I mean, those are $200,000-$300,000 cars, $500,000 cars. The man hours they put in there, and I mean, they got 20 guys at their shop. It's just me. I'm here, and I occasionally have friends come over. John helped me with the coils today, and Brian helped push out some bushings. I mean, it's a ragtag setup, but everyone kicks ass, and it's great. Hopefully, everyone learns, and that's what I hope you guys are getting too. You get to learn how to do some of this stuff, and I give you some of my experience, tips and tricks on how to do this, so that when you go to do your car, you're like, oh yeah, that's right. Kev said to start all bolts by hand. That's why I cross-threaded that one, because I just zoomed it in. Start it by hand, and once you get 4 or 5 threads, then you can zoom it in. Just be careful. Oh. All right, so we got passenger side done. Just needs to be torqued, and we need the castle nut. I'm picking up new ball joints for the front too, so this is kind of a blessing. We'll have brand new ball joints up front. Those are getting picked up tomorrow on my way back from the prosthodontist appointment, and then so I'll put those in as I'm doing these. And then back has new ball joints, so we're good in the back. We'll keep going, man. I'll keep doing this for you guys. Hopefully you like it. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a subscribe. Whatever you want to do. Send me a note. You put something in the comments if you like this format. If you don't, if you want me to do something different, tell me. But I don't want you guys to miss out on something. So that's why we do, that's why I do these long format ones. And you can fast forward. If you miss stuff, you can go back, whatever. I appreciate you all hanging out, and don't forget to show someone that you love them. Give them a kiss on the cheek. Give them a squeeze of their hand, but don't tell them that you love them. Show them that you love them. Okay? All right. I will catch you guys tomorrow. And like I said, if you got any questions, let me know. Definitely pop by, and we'll do some more long format stuff tomorrow. Get this car rolling just in time for the snow. All right. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.